Hey guys, it's Natalie with Mommy Does Everything, and as per usual, I am last minute working on my son's costume. The costume part is not the usual, it's the doing everything at the last minute. That's what's per usual. And it is the night before Halloween, and I really just want to rant a little bit here. So bear with me, and I do apologize if I offend anybody, but this is my personal belief and my personal opinions. So take it like a grain of salt, and just, people are going to do and they're going to say what they're going to say, so just go for it. I'll either respond, ignore, or delete your comment, to be completely honest. So here it is. I am so sick and tired, and I really wish people would just stop giving me their 2 cents about Halloween. As, like, my preamble, I want to say that consider myself a very spiritual person. I do not identify with any denomination. I just consider myself a flat-out Christian because I choose to believe in Jesus Christ and what the Bible teaches about his teachings, and, that the Old Testament is kind of a history of the people that came before me. Okay, had to pause there for a moment because John needed my attention, and I don't remember 1000% where I was at. But anyways, like I said, I don't identify with any denomination. I kind of just leave it at Christianity, like just following Christ, not believing in him, but believing him, because tons of people and tons of entities believe in Jesus Christ. But in believing him and his teachings, I try to live in a manner that is similar to the way that he lived. Now, what I have an issue with is everybody feeling like they need to give me their opinion on stuff about, like, Halloween. Honestly, I don't care what your opinion is, because I've already looked into the things that I'm doing before I do them. My life isn't just happenstance. My choices aren't just happenstance. I've looked into them, and the things that I do, I either am willing to take on the consequences, or pretty much I'm willing to take on the consequences and take on the responsibilities for any choices that I make. So, in still saying that, I want to just put it out there and make some clarifications that, first of all, I had to take another child break. It's the life of a mom. So, as I was saying, I want to clarify some things for people. Like, I'm just so tired of everybody having their 2 cents and wanting to force it on me, because first of all, most people out there that are giving you their 2 cents about Halloween being a devil worshippers holiday are grossly misinformed, and to be completely honest, they're kind of ignorant, because this is what generally happened. Their parents got told that at their church, and then their parents raised them that way, and then they went to a church that eventually propagated that belief. But let me put a little bit of information out there. October 31st, what we now view as Halloween, its original roots are from the celebration of the Celtic New Year. They did not have the same calendar that we have. But when Roman Catholic France, England, and Spain decided, hey, let's go conquer the world because we're better than everybody else, and they started going into other lands, like what is now Ireland and what is now Scotland and what is now some of the parts of the UK, they took over. And not only did they take over, but they said, hey, our beliefs are better than yours. You're wrong because you don't believe the same thing that we believe. We're going to say you're a devil worshiper. And we're just going to pay that forward so everybody believes that since you don't believe what we believe, you are evil, you're going to hell, and you're a devil worshiper. And everything that you worship is wrong. And we're going to force you to follow our religion. And then when people were not doing that, when they were pushing back, like, no, you're not just going to force your beliefs on us, that is when the Christian communities of the time started gently adopting some of these devil worshippers' holidays to make the transition easier. So then they took on some from here, and some from this culture, and some from that culture, and then they wanted to twist it into something that seemed okay or familiar, or that they could fit into their little box of what is right. So that's the beginning of it. Then other cultures, other people come in and they add stuff on, and then you get Halloween as it is today, just like you get Christmas as it is today. Because newsflash, Jesus was not born in December. And also, newsflash, the Christmas holiday is also derived from a borrowed pagan holiday. All these holidays that we want to make all this big deal about really need to get researched before you're going to say that it's wrong or right. So, first of all, being a Celt does not mean that you are a devil worshiper, because actually they were all about nature and believing in Mother Nature and the strength of the natural world and the magic of the natural worlds. And although that's not Christianity, that's very far from devil worshipping. So I feel offended when people want to come to me and act like they're so enlightened and say, oh, you celebrate Halloween, but I thought you were a Christian. Yeah, I am a Christian. And let me tell you something. You know what being a Christian means? Being a Christian means that you believe Jesus' teachings and his words, and in doing so, you try to emulate him and his example in his life. And I don't know what Bible you're reading, what Bible people out there are reading, but in the versions that I have read, which include the King James Bible, the New English Translation, and like two others whose name escape me right now, up until the last moment when he was crucified for our sins, no less, not his own shortcomings because he didn't have any, he was still giving people the option. And that is why you have the two thieves that were up there with him, the two criminals that were up there with him. One believed him and reacted and spoke to him in a manner befitting who he was talking to, and the other one did not believe him and ridiculed him. So we can infer one of those souls went up and one of those souls went down. Metaphorically speaking, because we don't really know that heaven or hell isn't any upward or downward location. But one soul was saved, one was not. So, if Jesus, the only perfect human being ever, and that is what you are supposed to believe as a Christian, if he gave people the chance to make their own mind up and make their own choices up to the absolute last moment, what makes us think that we're any better to tell people that what we believe is better, what I choose is better, my choices are better, yours are wrong, and oh, just wait until Judgment Day. Yeah, let's wait until Judgment Day, because the Bible says it. There are a lot of people that will call his name and he will turn from them and say he does not know them. Because I cannot tell you what's right for you. I cannot move your heart. No one can. And that is what a lot of people don't seem to grasp. I'm not saving you. It's not my job to save you, because no matter how much I say, how much I preach, how much good I do, how much money I give, how much of anything positive I do, only God can move your heart. Only God can move you to open up your heart so that you can hear his calling. There's no amount of anything that I say or do that is going to do that, because humans don't have that capability. We don't have that power. It is not within us to move other people. The only thing that we can do is share the message and let you choose if you're gonna let God into your heart. Beside that, there is nothing I can do other than be the best example of a person who's following Christ's path, so that when other people see me, I am a good testament. I am an honest testament to what an attempt to follow Christ's teaching is, because I'm not perfect and I'm not gonna get it all right. No one ever is. And that is what so many people just don't seem to understand, and they want to just push their beliefs on other people and make them believe that, oh, this is wrong and that is wrong. And everyone needs to realize that that is a form of judgment, and it is not our place in any capacity whatsoever to inflict judgment on anyone for anything, because that right, that power is only God's. So when I'm sitting here judging you, I'm bringing judgment upon myself, and that goes for everybody else. All these people out there saying that I'm doing the wrong thing, or that person's doing the wrong thing, those are all forms of judgment, and we really need to stop doing that, because at the end of the line, at the end of days, when God comes to rescue his people, I don't have to pay accounts for what you did. I have to pay accounts for me, for this soul, for this human, for this entity, and everything that it did in its existence. I don't have to answer for your choices. The only person that I may have to answer slightly for is for how I properly or improperly teach my children. And that is pretty much the extent of me having to answer for anybody else. So, with that in mind, how can I even assume that I'm in the right mind or position to tell anyone what is right or what is wrong? So extremely just peeves me and pisses me off to have people look down on you or talk down towards you because they're better Christians than you, because they don't celebrate Halloween. But hey, you know what? Do some research, educate yourself, because I'm not sitting here worshiping Halloween. I think it's fun to have an excuse to dress up. A lot of people think it's fun to celebrate Christmas, but hey, again, newsflash, Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus. So keeping the Christ in Christmas is like the dumbest slogan I've ever heard in my life, because Christ had nothing to do with Christmas. Let's just call a spade, people. You want to pick and choose what's right and what's wrong, and you can't. You cannot make those choices for anybody else. Make them for yourself. If you see someone making a choice that you feel is wrong, give your non-judgmental opinion as to why your beliefs are the way they are, and respect and accept what other people believe also. Because just because someone believes it doesn't mean you have to. Just because someone believes Halloween is a devil worshippers holiday doesn't mean I have to. Just because someone wants to believe that Christmas is about the birth of Christ doesn't mean I have to. You know what Christmas is to me? Christmas is a super expensive holiday that I get to spend a whole bunch of money on presents that are probably only going to be loved on for 1 or 2 months, and then spend about 4 to 5 months dealing with the fallout of spending all that money on gifts and toys. And it's like, hello? Why are we being so judgmental? Why is one holiday okay and one holiday isn't? And I mean, let's be serious. We have Passover. Like, really, we have Passover. That is a legitimate Christian holiday. That is a celebration of God sparing his people from death. It's very cut and dry, very simple. He wasn't born on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, he wasn't. Halloween is not about celebrating the devil. It was originally a New Year's celebration for a culture which Roman Catholics decided was not good enough, and in destroying them, forced them to take on Roman Catholic beliefs or die. Well, that's fun. Good job. Because that's really how to bring people around. Oh, you don't believe what I believe? I'm gonna kill you. Because that's worked out so well in the past. So, I just got so annoyed because it's like every year, without fail, I have people in my life who want to be judgmental and want to say stuff about me wanting to dress up or me dressing my son up, but it's my choice, and it's not a celebration to the devil. It is a celebration that we get to go out and dress as however we want and ask for candy. Like, come on now. A spade is a spade, people. And if you're gonna judge, look at your own tail first. So, that's my rant about holidays and Halloween and all these holier than thou Christian denominations and people in them that want to look down on other people and their choices. So I will see you guys on the next one. Now I'm getting yelled at by my mom because dinner is ready, and I'm getting some freshly made hamburgers, cheeseburger. So again, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and also the notification button in case you kind of liked my rant and want to see another one whenever I have one of these moments. So, bye. Yes.